Scentland, the land of scent. Hello and welcome. It's Chris back with yet another fragrance review. And before I start, this little exercise goes out to all of my critics out there. Not many, but there are a few of them who say that when I'm voicing an opinion, that I'm keyboard warrior. Okay, I'll take your point, motherfucker. Come on, show me more. That's, don't be offended. Because in the end, this is just yet another fragrance review. And today, obviously, it's all about sport. Exercising, you know, whatever and wherever you want to keep in shape, to enjoy your physical being and to raise your pulse, okay? So that's the fun of exercise, at least for me, okay? And I like to have a fragrance that is a great companion in any such occasion, indoors or outdoors. And there's one in particular that I truly love and adore and use for a number of years now, many times, mostly in the summer heat, but also, as I say, work out indoors and outdoors as well, playing football and that. And that's from the house, the fragrance comes from the house of Joop, has been released 2016, I think it was, and it's called Joop Homme Sport. Okay, Joop Homme Sport. I love the box with the water splashes, you know, or sweat splashing, you know, and some indication of the original sort of color of Joop Homme. And that brings me straight to the point that this is a flanker of the original Joop Homme, released in '83, and it does show some traces inside this very bottle. Again, very cute bottle, I love it. Look, beautiful, kind of bit frosted green and then going into this purple scenario there. So why do I love it? How does it smell like? And how does it carry traces of the original Joop Homme Sport? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to come to the point. Just watch out for the punchline. And so if we start, why do I like it? Because I like fresh, sour, and invigorating, sparkling, fizzy fragrances, okay? Not that much the citrusy or aquatic type of scenario, okay, or blend, because that tends to be rather boring. I like something that is more individual smelling. That's the answer. Why? It has, first of all, in the start, it has a great mint. I'm not always a fan of mint because in several cases it's just not blended right. Roadster, I think, from Cartier comes to mind. I don't like mint in there at all. Here I adore mint because it's just blended perfectly. Okay, I really love the mint here, and it's blended together with bergamot and probably some orangey aspects in there, and some just very slight tonka freshness, tonka sweetness, which together with this initiating, starting freshness of the mint and the citruses creates a nice aura. Then that will be backed up in the dry down with a great leather, and this is where you know, the original Joop Homme greets you. The backbone of this fragrance is indeed the original Joop Homme, which is a fairly, especially was, because after the reformulation it's not the same anymore, but it was a very opulent, very in-your-face, clubbing fragrance, okay, from the early 80s, and its traces, its DNA, it's still in here somehow, okay, so that's what I want to say. And, you know, it really has a sour, fizzy, sparkling, refreshing taste. I would love to drink this. I'm a fan of of sour, fresh, sparkling, fizzy soft drinks, okay? So this smells, it smells nothing like your Sprite or your Coke. This smells like a weird soft drink that you've never seen on the shelf. You walk in the shop and suddenly there is a soft drink that you've never seen, ice cold. You bring it back home and you drink it, and it's just very synthetic, okay, which I love. That's a positive in my case. Same here, very synthetic smelling, but in a good sense, in a sour, sparkling, fizzy, invigorating, refreshing way, with a great backbone of masculine leather. It's just perfect. It is really, really perfect because it sets itself apart from all the usual sports flankers of many, many designer releases. So as a fan of synthetic ice cold, sour, refreshing, sparkling, fizzy soft drinks, I adore this because this smells just exactly like these drinks. Or a cocktail that you've never had before at a nice bar. Although I have to say there's nothing alcoholic in there, and who would drink actually a cocktail without alcohol doesn't make much sense, okay? But that's the way it smells without the alcohol, okay? There's no booziness here at all. So in regards to its performance, it's absolutely fine. It's an eau de toilette, and it stays with you for 5-6 hours. You know, the workout brings it a little bit more. It gives it a bit more of a punch, especially the leather and you know, the depth of the fragrance. While the mint evaporates quicker during workout, and that's the total opposite when you're just outside, you know, sitting at the bar, or just, you know, being outside in the garden or wherever you are on vacation and enjoying this in a casual scenario. The mint stays on longer together with the citruses, okay? To me, this is a very versatile fragrance. You can wear this for work because the leather and the tonka together provided with enough backbone in order to be able to pull it off in an office environment scenario as well, okay? So that is actually a great bonus because it's not only a simple summer sports flanker, okay? So it's very versatile. Office, beach, vacation, whatever you want, okay? Age-wise, yeah, next year I'm 50, and I'm very happy to use it because, again, it has a little twinkle in the eye. It greets back to those days of the 80s and 90s that were, you know, producing many of fragrances like this. This smells like it could have actually been released in the 80s and 90s, but again, that's because it carries the backbone of the original Joop Homme, okay? So a great companion for me for versatile occasions. It's living on my skin for many hours. It's never pushy. It's not over the top. I apply 7 to 8 sprays underneath the shirt and let it just breathe with skin, put a bit on hair and all that. So I tend to over apply this. That's what I want to get across. But I'm happy to do so because it just smells fantastic, and you cannot really offend anybody. Okay, maybe closed office scenario you would not spray 10 times in the meeting room. Okay, because that might be too much. But other than that, perfect. Okay, so Joop Homme Sport, an absolute thumbs up from me because it's a great, versatile sports fragrance that has a great backbone and smells sour, fresh, sparkling, fizzy, absolutely adorable. Thanks very much, and that was the punchline.